Watching News at Prime, let's bring you this now. Analysts are warning that delays in reconfiguring the ANC's Gauteng and KZN leadership could spell trouble for the party ahead of the local government elections next year. It comes as top officials and the party's National Working Committee met in Cape Town today to finalise the process. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo has this report.
Despite its National Executive Committee taking a decision almost a month ago to reconfigure the ANC's Gauteng and KZN leadership, the top officials who were tasked with outlining how the restructuring process will unfold are yet to pronounce themselves on the matter. Instead, they remained locked in talks on Monday over the permutations of such an undertaking. At least two political analysts have cautioned that this dilly-dallying could be costly for the ANC, especially with the looming local government elections late next year or early 2027.
You can't have this kind of uncertainties. It is actually playing into the hands of the opposition. Because the longer they delay this matter, the more harmful it will be for the organization, reputational-wise, but also on a practical level, because you need leaders who will now be able to ensure that the elections machinery of the African National Congress is up and running in these provinces. And the question is, how disruptive will the leaders become, those that will be taken out of their positions?
Newzroom Afrika understands that the top officials remain split on how to proceed. At least 3 members of the top 7 do not support a scenario where the 2 PECs are disbanded, while the other 3 believe that this is the only way to resolve the electoral slump. Posing another challenge for the ANC is which National Executive Committee members or veterans to then deploy to these provinces should the party go the reinforcement route.
I think there's differences of opinion within the National Executive Committee of who should be the senior persons who must assist the 2 provinces. Because it's clear that there is some form of positioning taking place between the different schools of thought within the ANC. I don't want to use the word faction necessarily, but the different approaches in the ANC. Some talk about those around Gauteng, that they constitute such a group. And then in the case of KwaZulu-Natal also, because there's so very little left in the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, is who is now going to be the new persons who will lay the foundation.
Some ANC leaders told Newzroom Afrika that the current geopolitical matters, including the breaking down in relations with the USA and the conflict in the DRC, had sidetracked the top officials, leading to this latest delay in reconfiguring the 2 provinces. Despite this, Matebesi believes this is not a good enough excuse by the ANC.
I think the ANC has quite a large footprint nationally, so they should be able to respond to multiple challenges and issues on a daily basis. So I don't think what is currently happening in terms of the geopolitics can have an impact. What I think is happening is that perhaps some leaders, and as you've also correctly stated, there might be NEC members who are pushing back.
Despite a meeting of the top officials in Cape Town on Monday morning, followed by the party's National Working Committee, the ANC remained mum on how it will go about restructuring the 2 provinces. Gauteng ANC chairperson Panyaza Lesufi has raised concerns about how the delays threaten to tear the province apart. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Juniour Khumalo at Luthuli House in Johannesburg.